this week we're going to work on cryptic writing. So what is cryptic writing? We're going to put it in our journals and we're going to make it look like something. It might mean something to us, but it's going to look like nothing. So this is just some examples that I made when I was playing around, and I'm going to show you more. We're going to do these in our journal. We're going to learn to use our own writing, our printing, our penmanship, made up words, or whatever we want to use. This kind of writing is a way to put writing in your notebooks or your journals or whatever you use and not have anybody be able to understand what you're doing or what you said or what you're writing. So I have several ideas we're going to work on today. This is the cryptic writing. These are just some regular printing and some symbols that I made, and we're going to use this. When we want to release things, when we have stress in our life or emotional things going on and we don't know what to do with ourselves, but we know art is going to help us, these are the kinds of things we're going to look at. So this, I used this giant Sharpie and I wrote big. Now, when you're being emotional, the big writing, like the bigger you can get on the paper and the messier, it doesn't even have to be legible. It could be just scribbling kind of stuff. The more release you're going to get from your muscles. So we hold these things in our muscles. You could start with something really large like this and make really big printing, really big writing on big, huge pieces of paper. And then you can cut up sections and use it in your book. This word is how I wanted to feel when I was done with my exercise. So this is peace, right? I wanted to have some peace for my day. Then this very scribbly, messy writing is me writing about my day. Does this look like writing? No. Does it look like doctor's writing? Maybe. But that's the beauty to this exercise we're going to do. So I have my notebook and I took some watercolor, and I've already done this because I wanted it to be dry for us. This is just a light wash of watercolor, and I just put this wash in the background, and then we're going to do our cryptic writing symbols and things on top of this. The other thing I have with me are some Posca pens. These are paint pens and it's acrylic paint. This first exercise that I'm going to do, this is just my uni pen and I'm going to hold it very loosely and I'm going to fake write. I'm going to have in my mind something that I'm writing about. So it might be somebody cut me off in traffic today and I'm really angry. You're just going to hold your pen very loose and all I'm doing is scribble writing and pretending that I'm writing something important. And I'm just going to carry on this way. And you're going to scribble write about your problems. This is a way to write in your journals, even though you might not be able to decipher it and see and know what it says later, doesn't matter. And it's somewhat artistic. The other thing you could do is you can make up your own symbols. So I thought about this today. So I was thinking about the ABCs. So if I were going to make an A, maybe a triangle could stand in for an A. If I were going to make a B, maybe I would have a line and 2 dots, and that would be a B. If I were going to do a C, maybe the C would be 3 dots. If I were going to do a D, maybe it would be a line of 3 dots, let's say. So you can make up some code for yourself for your letters that you want to do. Say E, you want to have an E. So maybe it's 3 rectangles on its side is your E. And maybe your F is just 2 rectangles on its side. Maybe that's F. And maybe G is curvy. So maybe G is a dot with a lower line like that. So you would make up a whole set of symbols like this to use in your journal. You wouldn't put the A next to the triangle. You just write with a triangle, right? So these are the kinds of symbols and things that I'm talking about. So the other things we have to talk about are uppercase, mixing uppercase and lowercase letters. So using capitals and lowercase letters is another way to put writing in your journals and have it look arty and unique. Doing your ABCs across the page is quite attractive. So you could just do ABCs in any which way. This is a Gelli print plate, as you can see. So I took my Poscas. So you can take the Poscas. They're acrylic paint, again, no different than any of the other paints we use here. The reason why I did this already is because we wanted it to dry. When you use these plates, you're going to get the mirror image. This might be words, but you're going to get the mirror image of the words. So it's even harder to understand if you use this format. So this is what happened here. So I wrote, everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. I wrote that on a small plate and I just, I printed it on here and it's in reverse. So it's hard to see, but you could hold it up to a mirror and somebody would be able to read it. That's mirror writing. This, I just did the scribble writing and I love the way this came out. I have my brayer here. I wrote in the purple Posca pen. I just did my scribble writing. And all I'm going to do now, lay down some paint. You don't need a lot of paint for this. I suspect I might need a little more paint than that, but you don't want too much paint on your plate. And I'm just going to go over that a couple of times. I'm going to put this down. I just check to make sure something's lifting. Now they're still writing on the plate, and that's okay. That's called the ghost print. We're okay with that. This is why I love using the Gelli plate. I think that looks cool. That in itself could be a journal page. There's still a little on here. I'm going to try to lift again. This is the second pull, the ghost print. So you could see it's just a little bit lighter. There's the other one, the first one we did. And there's the second one. And it's just a little bit lighter, but it still looks great. I'm just going to pull a print off of this and show you what the smudged one looks like. And then we'll do another one. There's so much you can do with this. Okay. So this is now the mirror image. This is a khaki green Posca pen. I'm going to let this dry. Let's try this one. I love this idea of mirror writing. And here you go. I love that. I'm going to show you the backwards writing so you could see what it looks like. Let's write yellow ochre. So I just cover it again. You could see right through it. Love that. And then I'm going to pull this print. And that's the beauty of this. So it's backwards now. So this is another form of, to me, secret writing. And there it is. And I like the way that came out also. I like the mottled look. This is a fun way to play with your handwriting. No excuses about, I hate my writing, I hate my printing, none of that. This is supposed to be unreadable. Thank you everybody for showing up and coming and leaving questions.